Well, good morning. I'm here, and I do often say I'm quite excited, but I'm really excited. I'm sitting here, wham bam, in the middle of Glasgow city centre, on a cracking sunny day as we're getting towards the end of November, and I've been pestering this artist since I opened the gallery 6 or 7 years ago, and he's always been too busy. His work's in big demand, and I couldn't be happier to say at last the Ballater Gallery has been honoured and delighted to say that we're going to be representing none other than Simon Laurie, RSW RGI. Good morning, Simon.
Thank you.
Does that make you blush a little bit, or not really?
Just a wee bit, yeah. I'm not used to such praise.
Nothing wrong with playing hard to get. Seriously, this has given me such a buzz because most of the folk know I lived in Glasgow for over 20 years, and I don't know what it is about artists and how so many of you look so much younger than you are, because I've actually hit 60.
61 now.
Wow,
61. I've been in these studios for 36 years.
Well, you've made good money, enough to have good work. So I'll just breathe in and sit here and suck everything in and try. But I think also, joking apart, looking back, it's been a lovely lifestyle, because you came to this wonderful studio in the heart, seriously the heart, just along the road from Argyle Street in Glasgow in 1988.
88, yeah.
And, you've stuck to this area. And in fact, you live within walking distance, don't you?
I live about half an hour away in Denniston. And this is in the Trongate area. So I've been here since 88, and there's been amazing things happened in that time, actually through the city as well, especially this area. Lots of galleries popped up. A lot of pop-up galleries as well. We open studios. So a lot of things have happened in that 36 years, and I've taken on some galleries. Actually, when I graduated in 87, I was lucky enough to be taken by a gallery down in London, which was a huge thrill. And the gallery was in Cork Street, and just next to Bond Street, in the big kind of heartland of the art world in London. So that was tremendous. And I had my first exhibition 2 years after.
So it was an incredible. Can we go back further?
Yeah.
Because I know you were actually born not far from here as well.
10 minutes.
Tell us just a little bit. Everybody that watch these videos, they're interested about the life of the artist. So tell us, when would you have first noticed a talent for painting? And tell us a bit about your childhood and your schooling, pre-art school.
Well, I think it's mostly teachers that see a talent and maybe point it out. Maybe pointed out to my mum at primary school that I was quite good at drawing. I was probably not good at anything else. That's probably why my drawing was so prominent. But I didn't come from an artistic background.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. My father was an optician, my mother was a teacher. So I didn't really have that guidance. It wasn't until I got to secondary school and still wasn't really thinking about art school at the time, wasn't confident enough, didn't come from a background, so nobody was really pushing me. It was until I got into maybe third year, and my art teacher, Jim McNaught, great Scottish painter, Jim had said to me, "Oh, you're going to do a portfolio for art school." And I said, "Am I?" And he said, "Yeah, you're going to do it." But in the meantime, Jim had organised, another thing I hadn't heard about was a Castle Toward art course. It was a fortnightly art course run by the district council down at Tower Castle near Dunoon. And that changed my life. Going down to Castle Tower changed my life because it made me really think about seriously going to art school.
And how old were you then?
Probably 17.
All right, okay.
So you go down there and there's teachers, probably about 6 or 7 teachers there, and they push you towards a discipline.
So you were one of, I think, 8 brothers and sisters.
Yeah, 8 brothers
you?
and sisters.
Any of them?
No.
It's fascinating. I think what people think, there must be something there, but maybe if it hadn't been for Jim McNaught, you might have gone a different direction.
I could have gone a completely different direction, or maybe come back, maybe go in a direction and then come back, maybe when I got some confidence. The thing about Castle Tower was a great leveller. It was that thing of, you think you're the best artist in your school, then you come to Castle Tower and you look around and you think, "Oh, no, I'm not even that good." You start to, it's a great leveller, and it was a great, it disciplined you a wee bit as well.
Is that as you come over in the ferry off to the left?
Yes.
It's meaning something
towards
to
an
you.
Ellen, yeah. It's a lovely location.
Yeah.
But it gave us confidence as well because they treated you then as an artist or a potential artist. So that was a good grounding before it actually even got to art school. So
carry on the story.
Yeah,
Look, I'm loving it, so I hope everyone else is. The story about going to art school, what happened then? Because you did you get in fairly easily?
No, I didn't actually, because I wasn't very academic. So I did get in the first year, but I didn't get my higher English, so I had to resit that. But in that year of resitting it, I did some volunteer work, and I worked with a guy called John Upton. John Upton was a community artist, and it was down in Bridgeton. We were going into schools and doing murals. And John was one of the artists responsible for Carnaby Street, painting Carnaby Street. Very eccentric guy, a Londoner, a Cockney. He was really, really good. So I got some more experience there, and that was good for me, for the kind of.
But you graduated in 1987, first class honours, I think.
Second, 2-1.
Oh, sorry, 2-1, wasn't it? And which is no mean achievement, bearing in mind, the story to get there. Did you love being at art school?
Loved it, yeah. It's that coming. I mean, I had friends at school, but when you kind of meet like-minded people, and you're all going in the same kind of direction, that was great. We met so many friends. In art school, I suppose it's like anywhere, an institute for learning, anything like that. It's not just the courses you're on, it's the people you meet and the influence they have on you. And we're all sharing ideas and everything like that. And you get influenced by some people's work that you see and you think, I might take a wee bit of that and try that. And so you've got all these it's that patchwork thing.
We'll talk about your work, which I truly adore in a minute. But you were influenced by the sort of St Ives set, weren't you?
Latterly, yeah.
Latterly at art school.
Latterly at art school, yeah. I was influenced. I was quite influenced by the tutors I had. Barbara Ray was my tutor for about 3 years. Jimmy Roberts in there. So I was always influenced by abstract work. I always loved abstract work, but I wasn't confident enough to do it. And the time wasn't right enough to do it. The time wasn't.
And then so you loved art school, which I think is great to hear, because we do have the odd artists we've spoken to who actually didn't like it. They just wanted to get through it. And then you got snapped up at Cork Street, and then various other top galleries, which I think is phenomenal. And very quickly were awarded a RSW, I think, after that. And then within 10 years, I think RGI as well. So maybe a little chat just about that first 10 years of your life. Sorry, as an artist.
Yeah.
Was it a very busy period for you?
Very busy. Yeah, it was busy, but it's quite tricky as well, because you're always looking for money. You've got studios to pay and things.
But take the fabulous paintings that are all around, and I'm not just saying, I love every single one of these. I didn't know you or your work back in that early 90s period. Was it much different from what it is now?
I think it was different, yeah. I'm trying to think, it's so far back now. I was still making a lot of collage pieces at that point as well. I think my work's really taken off maybe in the last 10 years. I think it's really taken off.
Yeah.
For me, it's the work I really want to do now. Sometimes I was maybe a bit pigeonholed.
Did you ever worry, because I was looking back at your biography, that and you're not, I mean, you're so laid back, you're very down to earth. You got a whole string of awards. I think it was the Mary Armour Award and all these during the 90s. Did you ever think about relocating to London and moving house and everything?
No, that didn't come into the equation at all. No, I never really fancied that. I like to visit London, great, but you need a lot of energy for London. I don't really have that energy. But I like the buzz. I like going down and having the buzz, but I like to come back up the road. Maybe the buzz from London transcends into some kind of work as well.
Tell us, Simon, just if we can, we're sitting round here, Tom's as usual videoing us. I would love you to talk about a couple of paintings. Maybe if we just start here, Tom, this one down to Simon's right, and then go around. So this large piece here, I am right in saying, Simon, there are so many artists and they might say it's to do with a landscape, it's to do with a photograph, and then you've painted it in your own way. It's what comes through your head whilst you're painting that establish it? It's not particularly a memory, or is it?
No, it's not really a memory. Actually, it all works. It all happens when I'm just painting. I'm just and maybe if I think it's going in that direction, I'll push it a wee bit further in that direction. I mean, I think this painting here is actually just called Cust, and it's really to do with elements, wind, sea. It's mostly to do with elements and movement.
You're in very major institutions in their collections. You know, you're even in the Aberdeen Art Gallery's own collection, and some of the biggest banks and all these things. I think one of the things about your paintings, and we go back to the St Ives set, and you know, some of my other artists like Christian MacArthur, there's something very calming. You know, sitting in either a kitchen or whatever, or a boardroom, they can work just as well. I got an email from a collector, and they said, I love a painting. I won't say which artist it was by, but I often wonder how the whole painting came about. So I think this little painting behind us, Tom, this is a lovely wee painting. I can't remember what it's called, Simon, but it's got cafe painted on the letters of a cafe. Can you tell us a little bit about how that came into your head?
I've always liked the cafe environment. I've always loved cafe. In Glasgow's full of cafes, especially Italian ones. Where I live in Denniston, there's lots of Italian cafes. So I've always liked that environment. It's always been a...
Well, actually, that one here continues, Tom, here, because there's, I think that's a coffee grinder, isn't it? The pair, and they're so neat. And I often think, well, where would I put it at home? And it could go anywhere, but also just absolutely perfect for a big kitchen dining
room
as well. I wanted also to talk about today, so this is great timing. So here we are, as I say, the end of November. On the 3rd of December, we are launching huge success last year, our small painting show, Unframed Paintings. And we've just managed to persuade you to be signed up, if you like, with the gallery. But thank you also, Simon. You've painted, I can't remember, more than half a dozen small paintings for that show. And I've actually taken 2 of them here because I'm going to be taking them up the road. And have I got this right? The right way around? Yes. Here. And these are just crackers, and it's an opportunity for people to buy, because your bigger paintings are the £5,000-6,000 mark, but this is an opportunity to buy original Simon Laurie paintings. I can't remember the price, about £500-600 or something.
Well, they're bigger ones, so they'll be under 1,000. Yeah. And the smaller ones are about 450.
So everything is under 1,000. And again, it's funny, isn't it? Your love of cafes.
Cafes, yeah.
Is coming through. Glass of wine, fish. And they look so simple, but there's so much in them, which I think is typical of your style. Some of your friends that you worked with, like, you know, Alison Watt and people, the paintings can look simple, but there's so much in them.
Yeah.
Do you have I won't say who, but there's an artist who I absolutely love, and she regularly rips things up and starts again.
Right.
Are you like that, or do you tend to...
I can paint top of things, to maybe improve them, but I'm not into kind of ripping things up too much.
You're not that dramatic?
Not that dramatic, no.
What do you do? Is a painting a question rather than about painting, because again, people are interested, and I think they'll be loving you. What do you do when you're not painting? I've got
1,000 interests. I love archaeology, paleontology, antiques, architecture.
Bit of football.
Football, of course, come from the East End. Yeah, absolutely. I've got 1,000 interests, they're all influence paintings, I'm sure, at some point. So, they come through in the subconscious.
Yeah, and I think this is, you were explaining to me earlier, the painting, because lots of people don't quite get an abstract type of painting, but a lot of it's from a memory. And I was saying to you, it's not necessarily landscapes, a couple of them are, but it's actually just something you've seen, isn't it?
Could be, and very fleetingly as well.
And it comes to you when you're painting. It's almost like going from the brain through to the hand, through to the canvas.
Yeah, I think that's probably it. It's definitely the subconscious is working. And you might not place the event at time, maybe when you retrospectively looking at a painting, you're thinking, oh, that's where that came from. But I remember now, so it's come through the subconscious from a distant memory.
So I hate to remind you that you are of a certain age, I'm of a certain age, where many people that we went to school with and things, they're retiring. I don't like the word. I don't think I ever will. Do you think you ever will?
I don't think I can. I don't have a pension, so I'll be working till I go.
I think it's fascinating. Yeah, good answer. However, the great thing about an artist is, you love where you are.
Yeah.
You've loved the last almost 40 years being around here. So, there is nothing stopping you another 20 years plus, isn't there?
No.
And we were chatting about some mutual artist friends Simon and I have, who are all still painting well into their mid to late 70s without any problem. And do you think, I know this is a tricky question because you paint from the heart, but do you think your style will still be similar, maybe just introducing different colours?
I think the older you get, the more confidence you get, and I think the paintings will be much freer as well. I think they're kind of less.
There's no chance of you going down a figurative route or anything
No,
like that?
no, not at all. No, I think it'll be mostly abstract or semi-abstracted.
Yeah. Well, I hope you don't change. I think your style is brilliant. I genuinely, I'm seriously not excited, I'm cock a hoop to have you within the stable now of Ballater. I think everything about the paintings are utter class. The framing is beautiful. The subject matter, the contrasting complementary colours is great. And the fact that you've managed to put your head down, I think you were painting into all hours to get these wee ones ready for the small painting show next week. It's fantastic. So thank you very much for doing that. The big paintings will be arriving in Aberdeen probably at the beginning of December, but as usual, we can send WhatsApp videos so you can see closely into these, the textures. Although, there's an architectural element to the painting, they're very painterly as well.
I try to be painterly.
And so let's, I have a funny feeling this is going to be a great combination, and we're going to all look forward to seeing more and more of Simon Laurie's work arriving at the Ballater Gallery. Thank you.
Good, thank you, David.